Hello children, I hope you are all happy and safe. Welcome to this special English hour. Here we will sing, dance, listen to stories and have lots of fun together. Are you ready to have fun? Then come, join me in a fun song. बच्चों, टीवी के जरा नजदीक आइए और मेरे साथ एक डांस में जुड़ जाइए. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, jump, jump, jump. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, walk, walk, walk. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, dance, dance, dance. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, roll, roll, roll. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, jump, jump, jump. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, walk, walk, walk. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, dance, dance, dance. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, roll, roll, roll. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, jump, jump, jump. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, walk, walk, walk. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, dance, dance, dance. Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, everybody roll. Children, I hope you all liked the dance we just did. Now, I would like to ask you a few questions. Let us share our thoughts and ideas. बच्चों, अब मैं आपसे कुछ सवाल पूछना चाहूंगी. What do you see in my hand? ये मेरे हाथ में आपको क्या नजर आ रहा है? This is a pencil, while this is a sparkle pen. Which one do you find more attractive? The pencil or the sparkle pen? आपको इन दोनों में से कौन सा ज्यादा पसंद है? Yes, I'm sure we all like pens. We find them very fancy, right? But what is it that you use more often? Is it a pencil or a sparkle pen? इन दोनों चीजों में से हम ज्यादा कौन सी चीज इस्तेमाल करते हैं? पेंसिल या फिर ये चमकीली पेन? Yes, we use a pencil more often to write in our notebook. When we look at things, it is not just how attractive they look, but how useful they are that matters. So, it is important that we don't just look at the outside beauty of things, but also understand how useful they are to decide how valuable an item is. We know that words are very important for language. Let us learn some new words today. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Second word, reflection, reflection, reflection. Third word, entangled, entangled, entangled. Fourth word, manger, manger, manger. Fifth word, begrudge, begrudge, begrudge. What are the new words we learned today? Beautiful, reflection, entangled, manger, and begrudge. Let's look for these words in the lesson we are going to read. Do you like stories? I love stories. Today we have a wonderful storyteller named Aesop. Aesop shares his two fables with us. Fables are short stories. If you have a textbook, please open page number 2. Point to the words as we read. If you don't have a textbook, please listen carefully. While we are reading, try to look for the new words we just mentioned earlier. Aesop's Fables. Fables are short stories that have a moral or message for us, something to learn and keep in mind as we grow up. Most of the fables have animal characters who think and act just like human beings. It is believed that many of the fables were first told by a wise person called Aesop. Aesop lived hundreds of years ago in a country called Greece. His stories became so popular that people passed them from generation to generation. Many proverbs and sayings that we use today are based on these fables. Here are 2 well-known fables. What are fables? Fables are short stories that have a moral or a message for us. What is so amazing about fables? Fables have animal characters who think and act just like human beings. Who is Aesop and where is he from? Aesop was a very famous storyteller. He lived hundreds of years ago in a country called Greece. Fable छोटी कहानियां हैं जिनमें एक सार या मैसेज होता है. इन कहानियों में प्राणियों के पास भी इंसानों जैसी सोचने की ताकत होती है. फेबल्स छोटी कहानियां हैं जिनका सार या मैसेज लोगों के लिए होता है. फेबल्स में प्राणियों में भी इंसानों की तरह सोचने और काम करने की ताकत होती है. एसोप एक कहानी लेखक है और 100 से भी ज्यादा साल पहले ग्रीस नाम के एक देश में वे रहते थे. द स्टैग एट द पूल. One day, a beautiful stag came to a pool of clear water. As he bent down to drink, he saw his own reflection in the water. He was delighted with what he saw. Instead of drinking water, he kept looking at his own reflection. "How handsome I look," he said to himself. "How beautiful are these curving antlers. How they add to my beauty. How graceful they look." Then he moved nearer and saw his legs reflected in the pool. He was quite disgusted. "Look at my legs. Ugh, they are so ugly, all spindly with small feet. How I wish that nature had given me legs worthy of my stately antlers." This story is about a stag who used to admire his antlers. The stag was very proud of his antlers, but he did not like his legs. He used to find his own legs very ugly. ये कहानी है एक स्टैग, एक बारासिंगा की, जिसे अपने एंटलर्स बहुत ही ज्यादा पसंद थे, लेकिन उसे अपने ही पैर बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद थे. वो अपने पैरों को बदसूरत मानता था. As he was brooding in this way, the stag heard an arrow going swish across the pool. At the same time, He picked up the scent of hunters. With a quick turn, he bounded away. His legs carried him swiftly into the forest. The hunters were hot on his trail, but they were no match for his speed. Soon the stag left the hunters far behind. The stag was brooding. He was upset that his legs were not as beautiful as his antlers. At that moment, he suddenly heard a soft noise. He caught the scent of hunters. He quickly ran away from that place. His legs carried him swiftly into the forest. The stag was very fast and left the hunters far behind. स्टैग को एक आवाज सुनाई दी. किसी ने दूर से तीर चलाया था. स्टैग वहां से तुरंत भाग निकला. वो इतना तेजी से दौड़े कि उन्होंने शिकारियों को बहुत दूर छोड़ दिया. Safe and out of the hunter's reach, the stag slowed down. Suddenly, without realizing it, he walked into a thicket. There were trees with strong branches growing close together, and alas, the same antlers of which he was so proud got caught in the thick growth. The stag reached a thicket in the forest. The trees were growing closely together. Here, the stag's antlers got stuck in the tree's branches. जंगल में स्टैग एक ऐसी जगह आ पहुंचे जहां बहुत सारे पेड़ एक साथ उग रहे थे. पेड़ की डालियों में स्टैग के सींग फंस गए. The stag tried to shake himself free, but the more he struggled, the more entangled his antlers got in the branches. The stag tried to free himself from the branches, but the more he moved, the more his antlers got entangled in the branches. Stag के सींग उनके antlers डालियों में फंस चुके थे. वो जितना हिलकर उनको निकालने की कोशिश करते, वो उतने ही ज्यादा बुरे फंस रहे थे. Once again, the stag could hear the hunters drawing close and grew afraid. At last, with great difficulty, he managed to free his antlers and bounded away. The stag tried to free himself again. He heard the hunters coming. He used all his force and freed himself and ran away. Stag को वापस शिकारियों की आवाज आई. उन्होंने पूरा जोर लगाया और अपने सींगों को पेड़ की डालियों से छुड़वाया. I realized now that my ugly feet saved my life. I was so proud of these handsome antlers, but they would have been the cause of my death. Very often, we dislike the very things that are most useful to us.
आईस्क्रीम खाशील?
आईस्क्रीम? हा आहे डबल आनंद. पहिला आनंद पॉलिसी मुदतीच्या शेवटी मॅच्युरिटी क्लेमची पूर्ण रक्कम आणि दुसरा तुमच्या आप्तजनांसाठी विम्याची पूर्ण रक्कम कोणत्याही अतिरिक्त प्रीमियम विना. LIC न्यू जीवन आनंद. आनंदच आनंद.
What did we learn in this fable? In this fable, we see how the stag is very proud of his antlers. He looks at them and he feels proud. But when he looks at his legs, he is very disgusted with them. He does not like his legs. But what happens when hunters come behind the stag? The stag immediately makes his way towards the forest. He runs away, and he is able to run so swiftly because of his strong legs. As the story moves further, the stag is in the forest where his antlers get stuck, they get entangled in a thicket. There again, the hunters come behind the stag. At once, the stag somehow manages to free his antlers from the thicket and run away. On that day, the stag realized that no matter how beautiful its antlers were, they could have got it killed that day. What did we learn from this fable? From this fable, we learned that no matter how beautiful or attractive a thing may look, what is most important is how useful is it. Here we hear the story of the stag. The stag is very proud and happy of its beautiful antlers. The stag is not very happy, is disgusted with his own legs. But what happens when the hunters come chasing the stag? The stag immediately runs away. The stag is able to save his own life because his legs were strong and fast. It was because of these antlers that the stag was very close to death that day when his antlers were stuck in the thicket. It was his legs which helped him run fast and away from the hunters, because of which the stag's life was saved. इस कहानी से हमें क्या सीख मिलती है? इस कहानी से हमें ये सीख मिलती है कि चीजें बाहर से कितनी ही सुंदर क्यों ना दिखे, सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी ये है कि सही समय पर हमें कौन सी चीज काम आती है. Children, now let us read the next fable. The dog in the manger. The dog in the manger. Once a dog was looking for a nice and comfortable place to lie down. He came to the manger of an ox and jumped onto the hay to rest. It was a very hot afternoon. After a while, the ox returned from the field. He had worked hard in the hot sun and was now quite hungry. He stood in his stall and was planning to eat the hay that was put in the manger for him. However, when he reached for the hay, the dog saw him. Standing in the manger, he began to bark loudly at the ox. Each time that the ox came near the hay, the dog snarled, barked, and snapped at the ox. He would not allow the ox to eat his hay. What is it that you see in the picture? It is a manger. This is the dog. And this is the ox. What was the dog looking for? The dog was looking for a cool and comfortable place to stay. Where did the dog find this place? The dog found this place in a manger. Where did the ox come from? The ox had a hard day at work and after that came to the manger to eat hay and rest. When the ox tried to eat the hay, what happened? The dog was sleeping in the hay. The dog saw the ox and barked and snarled and did not allow the ox to come closer to the hay. Oxen are generally peace-loving and patient animals. But finally, the ox got upset and spoke firmly. Dog, if you wanted to share my dinner with me, I would not mind it. But you neither eat the hay nor allow me to enjoy it. It is of no use to you. Then why don't you let me have my favorite food? Don't begrudge others what you don't enjoy yourself. What does the ox tell the dog? The ox tells the dog that if you want to share the hay with me and eat, I would not mind. But you will not eat the hay yourself and not even allow me to eat it. This is Not right. इस कहानी में क्या होता है? इस कहानी में कुत्ते को चारे पर सोना है। बैल खेत से थका हारा लौटा है और उसे चारा खाना है, लेकिन कुत्ता भौंक भौंक कर उसे खाने नहीं देता। इस बात पर बैल उसे कहता है कि अगर तुम्हें मेरे साथ चारा खाना है तो मुझे इसमें कोई तकलीफ नहीं है, लेकिन न तुम चारा खा रहे हो और न मुझे खाने दे रहे हो, ये बात गलत है। The moral of this story is that we should not be unhappy if others are getting what they need or what they want. Children, I hope you all enjoyed both of Aesop's fables. Both the fables had a lovely moral, had a wonderful message that we can take along with us. The first story of the stag at the pool leaves us with a beautiful moral that we should value ourselves and our bodies. We should not be distracted with only outer beauty. We should also look at the usefulness. The stag thought that his antlers were beautiful and his legs were ugly, but it was because of his strong legs that he escaped death that day. The second fable of the dog in the manger leaves us with the moral that we should not be unhappy if others are getting what they need or what they want. Like the dog needed the hay to rest, but not allowing the ox, whose manger it was, to eat the hay from his own manger was wrong. Children, I hope you all liked Aesop's fables. Now it's time to do an activity. In this activity, you will all see an image on your screen. There will be a word and there will be a paragraph. You have to find the meaning or the synonym of that word in the paragraph. You will be given some time to do this. Let me show you the first example. The first word is beautiful. Let us see the paragraph and let's search for the synonym of this word. Were you able to find the synonym of beautiful? Yes, it is handsome. Okay, are you now ready? You will see more words on your screen along with paragraphs. Try to read the paragraph and find the synonym in it. The synonym for the first word, happy, in the paragraph is delighted. The synonym for the second word, disapproved, is disgusted. The synonym for the third word, run away, is bounded. Children, I hope you all had fun in the activity we just did. Now, let's do another activity. On your screens, you will see a set of words given in 2 columns. You have to match the synonyms. Let me show you one example. Finish and end are synonyms. Synonyms are words that mean the same. Would you like to give it a try now? Okay then, on your screens, you will see a set of words in 2 columns. Please match the synonyms with each other. Now let's look at the answers. Journey is trip. Lamp means light. Money means cash. Midday means noon. Children, I hope you all had fun in today's session. Now, I would like you all to make some time and once again read Aesop's Fables and share it with your friends and family. I would also like you to have a look at a few words and make new words from it. Let me show you an example. If you are given the word upset, what are the other words you can make using the same set of letters? One word can be up, U-P, up. Another word can be set, S-E-T, set. Like this, you will see a set of words on your screen now. Please make a note of them and try to make newer words from these set of letters in that word. Reflection, growth, delighted, dislike, graceful, afternoon, hunter, firmly, thicket. Children, I hope you have all noted down the words I just gave as homework. Till we meet next time, please take care. Bye-bye and stay safe.